What? What's going on, everybody? Welcome
Whoop,
back
whoop.
to
What's up?
another Dreadlockjuggalo Getting to Know the Artist. I am so excited to present to you the lady next to me. This is my first female artist, people. The first one.
Yes,
Uh,
it's out here. What's up, homie?
what's up? Ryan in the chat. Hopefully, people start piling in soon enough.
Hi,
Um, we're
Ryan.
just gonna we're gonna just jump right into the questions and go from there. I know you're a busy woman with a family to look after, so
Yes,
try to
yes.
get through it in a timely fashion. Uh, all right, yeah, we're just gonna jump right in. The first question for you is, what's your name? Where were you raised? Or where are you from? Born and raised, and where do you currently live? Sorry.
All right. Well, I go by Brigid Bites. Uh, I was born and raised in Iowa, and I have moved and lived in other states, but I actually am back in my hometown right now. So that's where I live.
Oh, no kidding.
Mhm.
All right, yeah. Um, okay. Question number two. Are you a juggalo? How long have you been down? And do you consider yourself a juggalo rapper? Because some people don't like to be put in that box.
Okay, can you repeat them one more time? Am I a
Yeah,
juggalo? Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I identify as a juggalo. Yes, for sure,
Uh,
absolutely,
h-
100%.
how long have you been down with the clowns?
Well, since I was pretty young, and I would say I'm a late Wraith era juggalo. I my first the first Joker's card that I bought on the release date was Hell's Pit. So I was
Yeah.
obviously getting real into it before that. I actually have my first tour shirt on right now.
Yeah. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. So I love this shirt. It's a Frankenstein version. Because yeah, I made it. It was a T-shirt I put on a sweatshirt, but basically 2004 was a big year for my jugging. So that was probably '04 would probably be like the official like year that I was like really jugging hard, because I went to my first show
Right.
and then I saw ICP for the first time and then I went to my first gathering in 2005. So it's just been nonstop since then, been jugging me.
Yeah. I guess I usually say it on a different question, but I discovered ICP when I was 13. That was like 2000. My cousin came to live with us for a little while, and he had his hair spider braided, and he had a great Malenko jersey on, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" And then I loved it. Like I fell head first, and the rest is
Mhm.
history. The other part of that question: do you like to consider yourself a juggalo rapper or no? Because some artists don't want to be put in the box and some people are like, I'm a juggalo and I rap, so fuck it. Yeah, I'm a juggalo rapper.
Hmm. See, the thing is I really like when people are unapologetically juggalo, and that's me all day. If I'm a rapper, I'm a juggalo rapper. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think of myself as like an artist. I don't. I do rap, but vocal artist. I think the term rapper what I struggle with more than the juggalo part.
okay, maybe juggalo singer songwriter
Artist,
I,
yeah, like
artist. Just
vocalist, whatever.
yeah.
I love to rap, don't get me wrong, I love to rap. But yeah, I'm trying to kinda play with a lot of different sounds, so
Okay, no, that's a new answer to the question, so I like it.
hey,
Um, what inspired you to start making music or getting involved in music at all?
oh, that's a good question. So, I would say that I always kinda dreamed about making music or thought it would be great, and I've always written songs, but like, even when I was a teenager, I would write, like, songs about these, crushes I had or hard times or terrible experiences. And, honestly, I didn't have the easiest childhood or teenagehood. So I would
Right.
oftentimes put that onto paper into words. I thought that that was something everybody did, though. I didn't think it was special kind of thing. And like, I don't know if it's any good or something I should ever pursue. And then I was really just a fan for so long. I was just, I've just been a fan of music. And when I love something, I really go hard for it. And,
Right.
growing up, I was so into ICP, Tech Nine, all these other underground artists that were popping off at the time. That really inspired me. And I started Juggalesque too. So eight years ago now, 2017, I started the Juggalo burlesque troupe with some friends of mine, and it's been going strong ever since. Um, and that gave me a lot of confidence in myself because that was something I had never done before. I had never done burlesque before I started Juggalesque, and so it was not in my comfort zone, but it was something I wanted to see exist. It was something I wanted to create for the Let's, for the family. Um, it was like not even my choice. I was obsessed with the idea. So we made Juggalesque happen, and like it's awesome. I love that so much. And then I just started wanting to expand it. Like I remember telling some friends that I had this dream of performing burlesque to my own song. Like what if I made a song and then I performed
Right.
burlesque to that song? Like that would be so fun and fresh. And
Right.
I actually did that. So the very next year I did that. So the Alien Gathering, 2023,
Right.
we performed. Yep, Juggalesque had a show. We had our very own set, a whole hour, and I was the last performer, and I performed to my very own song Black Widow, and
There you go.
I accomplished that dream. Hatchet Girl was my first project. I put that out in March of 2023. And then the next thing I put out was that single Black Widow. And so that was what I performed to on at that Juggalesque show. And so that was like a very big full circle moment for me. Once I started making music, I really fell in love with the process and realized that I could do it and that like it was possible because before it also wasn't really possible for me. I had a lot of limiting beliefs for one. That can
Yeah.
hold you back. If you have limiting beliefs about yourself or about anything that you want to do, that can slow down the process. And that was happening. And then my confidence, I didn't really have the confidence. But then Juggalesque was a success and it gave me confidence from performing burlesque in front of juggalos. Like, let's not
Right.
play that
I'm sure
down.
that. Yeah, no, and I'm sure
Let's
the
like
homies built you up because we're quick to say you fucked up and get off stage. Like there ain't no
absolutely. And
sugarcoating,
I knew
you
and I
know.
knew that. I knew that going into it. I was no dummy. I was familiar with the juggalos. I knew that if this went bad, it could be really fucking bad. But I had a lot of faith. I had a lot of faith in it because I just thought it was so fresh myself that I was like, there's no way juggalos aren't going to think this is fun and fresh. You know what I mean? And I've
Right.
seen some
Right.
bad acts. I've seen some bad acts at the gathering, but they still
Yeah.
got love because they showed love. You know what I mean? It ain't really about that, in my opinion.
Right.
But
No, that's.
you're showing your body, you're dancing, you're on stage, you're in front of juggalos. It is intimidating.
Oh,
And
I could imagine. Yeah, I give
yeah,
you ladies props. I give Mankini props. Crazy ass. Like
yeah,
no,
yeah. No, for
bro.
sure. But guys don't get hated on like their bodies
As
as much as girls.
right,
You know
right.
what I mean? Like girls, people judge our bodies so harshly. And so it's scary. And like, but
You're
after I had
held
done that,
you're held to a higher standard. I'm not saying it's right, and I love there's acceptance for our all body types in our community, but you're still correct. Like you guys are put at
agreed.
a higher bar or whatever.
Agreed. Agreed. Well, and body confidence and body positivity is important to me too. That's something that I live by. I love that. Um, and so it all just kind of fit so perfectly. And once I had done that a few years and gotten in front of those juggalos multiple times and done my thing, I think that really helped me decide, hey, I can really do anything that I want to. And
Right.
what I really want to do is make some fucking music
Let's
and
go.
let's fucking go. Right, right.
Man. All right. You gave me like a really dope answer there. I'm gonna have to clip a few little shorts out of that. Uh, who do you look up to most in the music industry, rather current or past? Who's your inspiring artist that you look up to?
Well, there's many. There's a lot.
Mhm.
I am,
Give me
like I
like
said,
a
eclectic.
top 4 or 5. I'm guessing the clowns
Absolutely.
are somewhere in there.
Of course. Of course. ICP inspires me. They're the number one, you know. Anything I do, I believe in myself because ICP made their shit happen, you know? Like everything that ICP has done, I'm like, wow, you know what I mean? That is just so inspiring when you think about it. Like and my friends, you know, a lot of my friends and just juggalos in general inspire me a lot. So it's hard to say, but as far as like people I look up to and like strive to
Right. Kind
be
of
the
take
extra level of
muse
excellence,
from, or yeah.
mhm, or take inspiration from directly, I'm gonna have to say ICP. Um, Ouija Mac helped me a lot. The
Yeah.
way
You
that
better listen to man.
the way that he writes inspired me a lot, especially in the early days when I first got into his music. I was like, something about his writing felt like it like I don't know, it was personal to me. I was like, this connects with how I write my songs. This connects with how I write my music and in
Right.
a certain way. And so that inspired me too a lot. But yeah, like fuck, so many to choose from. Queen Herbie. Like, let's start with Queen Herbie. I don't know if you guys are familiar with her. She is
No. Teach me
okay.
something.
Yeah, I will love to school you. Queen Herbie is a rapper and a singer. She's got her start in the church, singing for choir. She actually just put out a song with Tech Nine. But she is amazing. She reminds me. A lot of people have compared her to like a female Chris Calico.
Oh, no
She
kidding.
Yeah, she rhymes with those real fast. I mean, she switches it up. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
crazy with it, and like her breath control is insane, and so and she flexes, she shows that shit off. But also she can sing like choir sing, yo, like wow, like
She's
that's a
hitting
level of
notes out there.
yeah. And she's creative and she's really positive and like you can tell that she cares about her fan base and she puts out positive messages and things that are going to help her fans or people that listen to her music and she like is a
Oh, it's
positive
dying.
inspiration for me. So I love Queen Herbie. And I also listen to her podcast. She teaches people also how to be independent in the music industry because she's fully independent. She's not signed.
Right.
Um, and she's extremely successful.
I
She's
was just
touring.
about to ask that. Is she on a label? But she's got her
Nope,
own. She's just independent,
fully
killing it,
independent.
huh?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And I
Hey.
love it. So inspiring to me. So she's a big one. And then Ash Nico, her style really influenced me. I got to see her live twice in Boston a couple years back. Ash Nico is a pop, she's like a pop singer and rapper, but hey, Don Chaos, whoop whoop. She also has she's like trap flow. She does like a lot of like trap rap style flow. And she's so funny and creative. Her music has changed and like evolved a little bit. Now it sounds a lot more like professional and mainstream or whatever. But her older
Hmm.
underground shit, I still bump it all the time, and I really get inspired by that, by her. So that's another
Okay.
one.
You
Yeah.
gave
So
me
Ash.
two people that I don't even really know, and now after the stream, I'm gonna have to check out. I'm gonna hit you up with those names. Like,
Oh, I
who
will
was
send
that?
you those links all day. Like, yeah, I'll even send you my favorite albums and
Dude,
songs.
I
Um,
that's part of the reason I started this interview series. Like, obviously, one, I am very passionate about our culture. I love it. I don't care what anybody says, and until I can't freaking wiggle around, I will be wiggles. I will be loud. I will be passionate. But I used to gatekeep my own music. You know, if the clowns didn't put them out there or say their name, then I didn't really mess with them. I didn't really dive into the underground too much. Like ICP, their main artist, and then I would listen to mainstream music. So this is like my way of like, kind of paying it back, like all those years that I did kind of gatekeep myself or whatever on a music genre. So when somebody like you comes up here and says somebody that I absolutely have no clue about, but you're obviously passionate about, I want to know that person. I at least want to listen to a song because I owe it to them. I owe it to
I'll send you.
myself. So
I'll send you some fire, bro. Like,
yeah.
they, they're big. They're like some of the top tier women artists for me right now. So I definitely
Okay.
take inspiration from them. Um,
Yeah.
so we got ICP, Queen Herbie, Ash Nico. Um, let's see who else. Oh, Rez. Rez is a big one. So she is a producer. She's an EDM producer, and she has a dark vibe to her shit that I actually really fucking love. So she doesn't sing or rap or anything. She just makes beats, and she she has recently started adding her own vocals to her shit, but she's selling out Red Rocks. She recently just sold out Red Rocks and made history with an all women lineup, which has never happened before. So
Okay.
yeah, so that
Yeah.
was huge. That just happened right after the gathering, so like September-ish. So yeah,
Right.
Rez is another one I would love to send you, but I could go on all day, man. Like,
No, no, that's
I love the Disco Biscuits right now. They make dance music. I'm a big fan of dance music, and I think you can hear that in my music. Um, I like that shit a lot. And so I'm definitely inspired by artists. I listen to their beats, like their buildups, their breakdowns, the sounds that they use. I listen to like uh, just like the way that the flavor. I like to absorb flavor from different artists all around me. Like
yes.
anybody that I'm listening to that I like, I'm like, I want to take a little bit of this flavor and a little bit of this flavor and
Yeah.
add it into my shit. I don't
It's
ever
a
want to
big
like,
old melting pot, and I want a scoop of it all. Just
yeah, like I don't want to ever like bite anybody's style or like copy anybody ever. But I do like take what I love about something specifically and try to make it my own.
right. Okay. Well, speaking of making it your own and whatnot, are there any current projects in the works, or what's next? Any tours or one-off shows you got lined up? You got an EP coming out, or a single you're about to drop, or any features, or
Yeah, you
anything
want
you
some
can
self
tell us?
promo? Yeah. Yeah, there's some stuff in the works. So let's see here. I did just drop a song. I really love the song that I just dropped. Okay. It was produced by Jigsaw. It's called DOTWS 2, short for Daughter of the Wicked Shit 2. It's a sequel to a song that we did last fall called DOTWS, Daughter of the Wicked Shit. And it is something that I'm extremely proud of. It's one song, one little baby single, 3 minutes long, but I am so proud of it. I listen to it like at least once a day, and that is on Spotify, Apple Music, all that shit. So feel free to keep that and all my current music that is out. The thing is I'm slower than a lot of these other artists to put stuff out. I will say that because I do have a busy life. But I have a couple projects in the works right now with some different artists. I don't really know what I'm allowed to say. Hold
You
on.
so right. I mean, obviously, don't cross any lines with the people you're doing songs with or whatever. It was quite interesting having Will Gates up here. Like, he actually made me feel kind of good though, because like he signed with a Rockstar. From like that point forward, he's everything has to go through them. But we scheduled our interview before he done that, and he made a post, and I messaged him. I'm like, does that affect us or whatever? And he's like, no, homie, I locked in with you before this. We're good, da 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 da, whatever. So that was
Oh,
pretty
shout
cool.
out
But
Will. Love him. He's
yeah,
the best. He actually mixed and mastered Daughter of the Wicked Shit too, and the original. He helps me with my music quite a bit. He's fucking goated. I have big love for him.
Will is awesome. Yeah.
He's the best,
Um,
honestly.
but yeah, I mean, you ain't got to tell us nothing you're not sure about. She's got
No,
music, folks.
I have music
That's just
coming out. I'm working on an album. I just don't know when it's gonna drop. I don't have the cover art yet. I do have the name of it and a couple and like I'm working on it, I got some songs, I got a vibe, I have some ideas and shit like that. So, things are in the works.
um.
I'm hoping to release something, if this gives you an idea, around Juggalo Day. So, I'm hoping like February, sometime
Okay.
around that time, I might be putting something out.
Fair. That works. And yeah, that Daughter of the Wicked shit, it's actually pretty dope. If I'm correct,
Thank
I
you.
put it in my new truly like I have a million playlists on Spotify, but I'm trying to like I got one specifically for that very thing, like new artists. So if I hear a new song that I haven't heard before and it's like the wicked shit, then I add it to that playlist. I believe I added that song to the playlist because it does sound really good. I'm curious.
Fuck yeah,
Listen,
thank
and
you.
I'm sure there's a lot of juggalos, not just me, that are waiting for like that next really good artist. And I guess I need to be cautious on what I say. There are female artists in our culture out there, but I personally don't be like really there's a couple songs here and there. I'll leave it at that. So we need somebody awesome, and you could be that awesome female artist
Hey,
in
I'm
our
here.
culture.
I'm here and I'm working towards, greatness. I'm working towards excellence always. That's something I say all the time. I strive for excellence. That's what I'm trying to bring. I'm trying to bring the heat, I'm trying to bring the fire, trying to bring something
Like
fresh and
when
give back to a scene that has given me so fucking much. Like I want to
right.
fucking be that person. I don't want to be like egotistical or try to be better than anybody else. I am
No, be
trying to bring
cocky.
some
Own
fresh
that shit.
I'm trying to bring some freshness out here, man.
uh, that's like when we got Blase Rose or whatever for a minute. I'm like, man, I think everybody was praying that she was going to be the shit. And then personally, I don't care for her. I don't like her style or
Yeah, I don't
nothing
want to say
about her.
anything. I don't want to say anything negative about anybody, you know what I mean? But um it wasn't that first Broken album. I gave it a listen and it wasn't my vibe, it wasn't my steez, but I'm sure there was plenty of people that vibed with it
Somebody,
or whatever.
right, right. I don't know. I guess I just like, I don't know. Would you consider you said you not necessarily rap or even like singer songwriter, but like the type of rap that you do, would you consider it like trap rap or just uh, I don't, what
Maybe.
genre?
I'm working on different styles of cadences and different flows. So I don't want to put myself in any kind of box, but I kind
Okay,
of naturally have a slower flow. My flow kind of reminds me of maybe like some old school ICP a little bit. And I've had other people tell me that before, that it kind of gives off like older ICP vibes, which I love that.
I can I can see you sounding kind of like at least with that Daughter of the Wicked shit, sounding like Snow. Tech Nine.
Really?
Well, I don't know if she's signed to
Well,
Tech right now. She was on his last album though, that Zod song.
that's really interesting. I would have never thought that, but I got respect for Snow the product. Like that's cool. Right on. Hell yeah.
She's got that gangster rap voice. I don't know.
She does. I really
Her, I
like this
think,
one. She has a song called, what is it, Child Support? I love her song Child Support. That shit cracks me up.
I could see her and like Snow or not. She is Snow. Her and freaking Smalls One and like you on a triple threat featured song or something. That'd be
Okay.
kind of
Okay.
cool.
The thing is, and that's interesting too, because Tech Nine was my shit growing up. I grew up in the Midwest. Kansas City is real close to me, and
Yeah.
he used to tour here a lot, and so I saw his shows a lot. We were all obsessed with his music, like, and so I think one of my big natural influences is going to be Tech Nine. Has to be Tech Nine. Not that I don't really take I don't listen to that much Tech Nine anymore, to be honest with you, but I could still spit every fucking bar from Angelic
Right.
and Absolute
Yeah.
Power and Ever Ready.
Listen, I
Like,
fell
I
off
could
of tech
fucking rap
too.
those whole albums, but
Y-
and like I'm sure that does seep into my music at times or whatever, but like
r-
yeah. That's interesting that you just
Okay.
said snow. So yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
she
I
gets
never
it,
would have thought
boy.
of that, but thank you.
Yeah, now you need to like inspire more. Make that feature happen or something. Um, okay, so you just mentioned
Speaking of features though, I will say I really want to focus on I mean, I do like doing features, but right now what really intrigues me is solo shit. Like I
oh
really want
yeah.
to like yeah, like I really want to hone in on my own solo stuff. More than like branching out and doing all these features. I have a lot of like ideas in my head for stories that I want to tell that really don't involve other people.
Yeah, no, that's dope. And really, if you get yourself literally a foundation, then people are eventually gonna just come to you about being on their song, and you can either be
Hell
like,
yeah,
"Yeah, I'm ready," or "No," or
that
"This
would
is the
be amazing.
business. I need this much," whatever. Yeah, because you've built a
I'm
rapport.
still learning and growing and everything, you know what I mean? And I think that honing in on my
So,
own skills and my own sound right now is probably the move.
listen, Killing Draws, I'm not hating on her as an individual. I just didn't understand her music, and it was almost like noise pollution in my ears. But that's not saying she wasn't for the other homie or somebody else or whatever. That's like my favorite artist in the scene is Ouija Mac, and believe it or not, homies don't like him too. But I don't give a
Exactly.
fuck.
Music is like very personal to everybody. Like you can't say if something is good or if something is bad. You can just say if you prefer it or if you don't prefer it.
Right. Is it good to you? Is it good
Yeah.
to, as a
Like I can even say that
collectively?
certain artists are technically great. They're just not my vibe.
Right, right. They put in the work, they got the skill, there's obviously talent there. It's just not what I'm trying to hear,
Mhm.
So
My little light
yeah.
went out. Sorry, it might be darker now.
No, you're all right. Okay, so what is your favorite song that you've made? Would it be that Daughter of the Wicked shit then, or is there a
Nope.
different song that
Daughter of the Wicked Shit
resonates?
2 right now is my favorite song that I've made.
All right,
The first
fair.
one's fire too. I mean, of course, I love all my music, even the stuff like I'll go back and listen to like my first project and oh, I wish I was brave enough to sing right here, or I wish I had pushed this a little bit further, or I wish I had made this better. But I think that is part of every artist's journey, I suppose. But right now, Daughter of the Wicked Shit 2, that's my shit. It's actually doing better than all the rest of my songs too in its first
Yeah.
couple yeah, in its first couple weeks as far as numbers go. I try not to look at the numbers too much, but I do it
Oh,
makes
I
me
know that's
happy.
hard.
It makes me happy to
Yeah.
feel like people are vibing with my shit. So yeah, that's the track. If you wanna bump my shit, uh, I definitely say start. You could probably get through my whole discography in an hour though. Like I don't have that much.
Yeah.
But
That's all
I
right
worked
though.
really hard on all of those little, 2-3 minute tracks. So
Dude, listen, one of my side favorite artists, so I would almost put this man like in second place under Ouija, and some people know him, some people don't. He played The Gathering. It was his first show ever, and I didn't even know that. Like Bleed the Wicked Menace. I don't know if you know who he is, but he's got some wicked, evil ass
Hmm.
shit. He played The Gathering this year,
Hmm.
main
I,
stage on the
I want
last
to say
day.
the name sounds familiar, but I don't
But
think I know who that is.
my point of bringing him up is even him being one of like I pretty much love everything he does except this is my butt. He'll do a lot of minute and a half songs, and that shit drives me nuts. So you saying you only have an hour, but your songs are actually 3 minute songs or whatever, like that's a real song, real
Yeah,
music, real effort. So don't lose that and like see everybody make it like do whatever you want, but
yeah.
just my opinion, don't
To
be like
me,
everybody making these minute long songs and calling it a CD. No, that's
fair.
not.
That's fair. That's fair. I I do have a short attention span, I will say that, but I do like to get into the groove of a song. I feel like you can't do that in a minute. You know, it's got to be at least like
It's almost like
2.
I right, right. It's almost like you just get into it and then it's oh, it's over. You're like, what? I needed another verse, like just one more.
Yeah,
So
see, I think that's just a sign of the times though. People do, but now I listen to like what was it? Recently at it was funny. We were all sitting around at the gathering at the Airbnb, and somebody had music videos on, and I turned on an old Tech Nine song, and like 5 minutes, 6 minutes later, the song was still on, and I'm like, holy shit, they really made
right,
songs this long.
right. And
Like I'm
sometimes they
so
can be
bored.
too long.
Yeah,
But if it's a good beat, you're hanging out with people. It's just background noise, man. If you can get a solid
yeah.
song that's 5 minutes, bro, like you're
Well, and
winning. You know?
I also listen to jam bands and EDM artists, and they don't do that. A lot of times
Hmm.
their songs will be 5, 6, 7 minutes long because they're really showcasing the instruments, the music, the instrumental part of it, and sometimes that just takes a little bit longer or whatever. So
Right.
it depends on the genre too, like the length of the tracks.
Okay. Let's move forward. Realistically, where do you want to see yourself in 5 years in the music industry and life? What's
Hmm.
your 5 year plan? Every artist needs to think about that. A 5 year plan, no matter where they are in their career. It's nice to look ahead
We
and
have to?
well, you don't have to, but
No. 5 5 years is a long time.
well, would you
Uh,
like to be signed in 5 years? Do you want to be staying solo and just, have all of your, like, have you set up? Do you, trying to
well,
give
that's
some ideas?
I don't
She,
know. I
she
suppose
said, I just got started. I haven't thought about my own 5 year plan.
I usually don't think that far ahead, I'm not gonna lie. But I would say like I just want to be better. I just want to be better at making music. Um, and I would like to perform at festivals. That's kind of my main goal. I touring does not sound super fun to me. I'm not
No?
gonna lie. No, I feel like every artist does things their own different way. I'm not saying I would never tour. Like that's not what I'm saying either. I'm just at a place in my life where I really like being my time on the road. Um, okay, whatever. Um, but like what I really get excited about right now is festivals. So I recently went to Soulshine Fest, and there was actually kind of like a wicked rapper playing there that was a female, and I was like, oh shit, like you're kind of like
Right.
me. Like maybe I could play this fest, and that seems exciting to me. I would love to play, especially because I do have like a dance sound to my music. A
Right.
couple festivals I would like to play would be like Soulshine. Figure does a fest. Figure is a horror EDM artist, and he does a festival in Indiana. I would love to perform there because I do have that sort of like dark, spooky vibe to my music. Um,
Right.
yeah, if like
So
if
if you could, let's
Jefferson
say
Airplane or
hypothetically.
anything like that, obviously The Gathering, I would love to perform The Gathering. Like, I've
Right.
performed The Gathering plenty of times, but not my music ever. So that's obviously like step one, and I need to like get a music video because
Mm-hmm.
that's how they do
Yeah.
that. You know, you have to have
Rob
music.
is a stickler on a video, so I've
And that's
learned
cool. I
hanging
get
out with artists.
I get that. And so I do have like big dreams, but I'm so just starting out yet still, and
Well, you're good. I didn't mean to like cut your throat on anything. I ask all artists that, and all of them, aside from you, have just quick to be like, "So I want to," and you're like, "Well, wait a minute, I gotta have one." That was awesome.
oh yeah, no, that's
Because I don't have it technically as a question in here, I don't think so. I will try to tie it into that one to make it the same. So like, say in 5 years, you plan to at least continue making music, right?
oh
There's
yeah.
no foresight of, oh, I'm just doing this one off, and then So like, in 5 years, if you could get signed to any label, who would you try to sign with, do you think?
I don't really trust music like labels, but the only ones I ever would trust would be Psychopathic Records or Chapter 17. That would be the
Right on.
only those would be the only two. And I have been told um basically that Psychopathic will never sign another female.
Anybody else?
Well,
Oh, female?
specifically another female, they never will again, basically. Told
Yeah.
that, and I was like, "All right, well, that it is what it is. I'm still gonna do my thing." Um, but
Right.
you know that it's hard to say because the music industry can be predatory too.
Yeah.
I'm very self-preserving at times. And so what I like about the idea of being independent is that nobody can take advantage of me and nobody can like
Can take it away from you. Uh,
yeah.
Man, you did say you don't even know you like the independent, so yeah, that's just a hypothetical being signed. And yeah, I think Ouija could use a female artist, and that'd be pretty cool. Like their little tripod, Darby Ouija, and a female artist. That'd be kind of dope.
And yeah, I would be honored to someday represent officially, and
Listen,
I
you
think
got to
we're all
manifest that. You're gonna
I
open for
think we're
Ouija one of these days.
and I think every jug that's doing shit right now uh is worthy and like would fucking hold it down. Anybody right now that is like in the crew and down with the shit, doing shit, putting shit out. I really think it could go to anybody, and so, but as a female and as somebody who loves other women artists and supports women artists and all of that, of course, I would fucking be honored.
Hell yeah. I see you guys saying Lardy. I fucks with Lardy. I don't. I think Lardy claims to be Juggalo. Some people have a misconception of her though, and some people don't think she actually is. I've seen the same thing about her. About like people think she was just doing it for the clout, for our fame. But I fuck with Lardy.
I really fucked with her for a while. Like I really loved her performance at like the Gathering 2021. Like that was fire when she was like getting shit thrown at her and she was like catching it and just like raging with it. I loved her live performance and shit. Um I'm not going to say anything negative because she's an amazing artist, an amazing rapper. She's got mad skill and
Right.
talent. I did kind of get like the ick a little bit with her Juggalo, like I
It
don't know,
seemed kind of
performance.
put on.
A little. I try not.
No,
I don't
yeah.
know. I don't want to be a
Listen,
hater. You
I
know what I
doubt
mean?
Lardy's ever gonna see this, okay? And if she
I don't
does,
know what.
Lardy, come
I
sit
don't
down
know
in
what
the
is in
box,
anybody's
lady.
heart. I don't know what's in
Yeah.
anybody's heart, and I don't know her
Yeah.
personally. She's cute.
Right.
She's cute. She's a good
Yeah.
performer. I like her outfits. She is entertaining as fuck, you know. So whether she's a
Right.
real juggalo or not, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. Nah, I feel it. I just seen people mentioning her in the chat. I don't know. As the next artist, maybe is what they were saying to be signed or
She's
something.
hype. She's hype. I would say that her music is hype. Now, and when and I gotta shout out like Illegal and Molly Gruesome, you know, two female
Molly's
juggalo
dope.
artists. Yeah, two female juggalo artists who have been doing this shit for forever. Like they've been holding it down for years and years and years. And you know, they did both take hiatuses and stop making music and stuff. Um, but I would love to see, you know, people really, you know, showing love to them too, because Molly Gruesome
I
was one of my favorites when she was still doing the gathering and shit. I used to go to every one of her shows and like rage. So yeah, shout out to
I
both of them.
recently been working on her. I say that
Yeah,
jokingly.
Illegal
We've
too.
added each other and
She's my best friend, Illegal, and we became friends because I was a fan of her music. Like, she was
wow.
living in Minnesota, you know, and she was doing stuff with the Lunatics, and I found
Right.
her in True High Class. She was in like a duo, like a rap duo with Miss Tress. And yeah, I was
Yeah.
really into her music for a long time, and we're still best friends to this day because of that shit. So.
Like I said, I've been trying to get the balance of some female artists on here and whatnot, and only recently learned that she done music and whatnot too.
Yeah,
And
so Molly
yeah,
G is making music again, and Illegal is now a DJ. She goes by Wraithy. She actually does mixes of like wicked shit, mixed with like some dance vibes. So I really like her shit too. So
hell
yeah,
yeah.
if you guys haven't checked out Wraithy, WR8THY, definitely check out her shit, and then Molly G too, of course.
All right. So if not music, then what? What would you be doing if you wasn't doing music? You said you only recently kind of dove in the last couple years into doing music. What would you be doing? Would you just be working a 9 to 5? Do you have another passion you think you would have pursued? Would it be something still with the music industry, just not singing?
Hmm. I'm still I do a lot. I do a lot of different things. And I think I told you I have like a short attention span. So I do have my hand kind of in a lot of different things. First and foremost though, I'm a mom. I like
Yeah.
I like making a home. I like being a homebody and like being home with my kid and playing board games and cards and reading and um doing kid shit. You know, like I love being with my kids. So that's the main thing. But I'm learning how to tattoo. I do like to draw, and I consider myself an artist in like many ways. Learning how to tattoo right now has been really cool. I have a fake skin that I've been putting stuff
Like,
on. Yeah, I
yeah.
can move it. Hold on. Oh. All right, hold on. So it's kind of like dusty right now, but
No, you're right. Hell yeah! Come on! Where was you when I got my C-17? I mean, mine's
do
within
you
the
like
Dark
that?
Planet. That is fucking dope. I don't know if you can see my tattoo, but you would
Oh
have
yeah,
smoked this.
I've seen that tattoo. I
Yeah,
saw
we
when
just
you
shared
posted it.
it.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I am pretty proud. This is just like my first
Those look
little.
sharp, man. Your edges look good on it. That Dark
Yeah,
Planet.
my dark
Yeah.
planet. I love the dark planet. I'm not gonna lie. That one was really fun. That was really fun to do.
Yeah.
Like I said, this thing's kind of dirty. It needs cleaned, but I'm working on that one, and so I would love to maybe tattoo someday. Like that would be
It's
a
also funny, Bridget. I can't help but to notice. Let me see if I can turn this around real quick. Your poster on your back wall there. The great is that no, it's Carnival of Carnage. I have that same poster.
Oh yeah, Tom Wood. Yay! Shout out
I
Tom
didn't
Wood.
know. Yeah. Well,
That's
yeah.
sick. I love that
Sorry, that
poster.
didn't turn like it was supposed to be. I just noticed that. No, that's cool. So then, do you do digital art too? Did you start with just like canvas, or did you just decide you wanted to do tattooing? Like, obviously you had a
Oh
skill
gosh,
there.
I've been like an artist since I was young, and I've tried fucking everything. I swear, but no, I was like learning to make clothes. I have a sewing machine too. Like I like making my own clothes and doing my own. Like I actually like sewed this, you know. So I do shit like that. Um, yeah, I don't know.
No,
I just
that's
kind of like do whatever is it like what I have in the what I'm in the mood to do. Like if I feel like doing something, I'm gonna try it. You know.
so possibly if you never done picked up the microphone, then maybe you would have been a tattoo artist, huh? When are you gonna have you've only practiced, or have you actually put some ink on somebody yet?
No, I've only practiced so far. Like this is what you just saw is pretty much it. I have like another scrap thing where I like practice different ways to like shade and try out different lines and different ink and everything. Um, but this is I haven't tattooed a person yet. Um, I am kind of like intimidated by that a little bit, so that'll come. But
Listen, I got available skin, open canvas. I don't even care. It
oh,
can
you're
come
so
out
sweet.
trash, and I'll be like, "Look, the homie done it. Fuck
Yeah,
you."
but Brigid Vice did it, so
As
it's
long as you
cool.
don't charge me like super much, I'm just saying here, if you fuck up, oh well.
Hell yeah. No, regardless, I'm always gonna do art. I do have a 9 to 5. I've always held a job, you know, but I'm always gonna do art anytime that I can. And yeah.
Right. So then, I don't know if you heard that. Do you do digital art, like
Oh, digital art. I
tablet,
didn't have a
iPad, or
computer until
just on
no, I didn't.
paper?
I didn't have a computer until just now. Like I just recently got gifted somebody's old laptop. So, um
Okay.
I I haven't done much digital except on my phone, which I do a little bit of editing and I do my best, but I feel
Right.
like that's also a reason why I haven't gotten as good into tattooing yet is because I feel like I'm so slow to make designs. Everything just takes forever for me right now. So as soon as I can like streamline some of these things, streamline the music, streamline the tattooing, streamline
Right.
a couple other things, hopefully I'll get some more momentum and stuff like that.
Right.
And I can do
So,
more.
next question. What did you want to be as a kid? Was it an artist? Was it a
Mhm.
tattooer? You
I just
did want to
wanted to be
be?
all I ever wanted to be as a kid was an artist. Um, I thought it would be cool to have my own TV show like Clarissa Explains It All. Do you remember that show?
Yeah, yeah.
So, part of like what I do online, I often think of it as like my own show, like the Brigid show, like BBTV, because it reminds me of Clarissa Explains It All because I used to love that show growing up.
Right. No,
But I like media. I like movies and like YouTube. I love YouTube, and I've actually started streaming on Twitch. I have. I'm still working towards getting affiliated, the affiliate status, but I've started
don't you gotta
streaming.
have 50 followers on there to become
So
affiliated on Twitch?
yeah, I have the 50 followers, but there's a couple other things that you have to get to. I think I'm up to like 52 followers now, but you have to stream 7 days, and then you have to get a certain amount of streaming hours in. I think I've gotten the hours too. I just have to stream on 7 separate days. I've only done like 3, so.
Right. I only recently created a Twitch, and that's my fault. Like for the longest time, I just didn't think it was beneficial to me.
Mhm.
I have another channel based around tropical fish, like fish aquariums. That's my little
Oh,
side nerd hobby
oh,
or whatever. and I started that on YouTube, and now that channel has like 2,600 subscribers on it. It's
Yeah.
doing all right, like 1,000 videos. But I just in the fish hobby, there's the big names on Twitch, and then like nobody's watching some little nobody or whatever.
Well,
And
hey, that though is good to an extent because then you can hone in on your skills and then grow your following. And that seems like a niche. If you're good at a niche, you can grow your following. I mean, that's pretty good what you have already. You said what,
yeah,
25 views?
2,600.
That's
Yeah.
really good. Honestly, like to me, that's awesome. I guess I haven't posted anything on my YouTube, but I don't have that many fucking followers on there.
And well, and yeah, let's like this channel too. It's only got well, we're almost approaching 700. Shout out to every fucking juggalo that
Hey,
subbed, because
that's
I
dope.
know ain't no regular normie. I don't know, maybe there might be a few weirdos like this dude's weird, but I'm gonna watch him. But
No.
like that's all juggalo. That's fucking jug love, and I fucking love you guys. So shout out to y'all, because this channel is only like 6 months, and it's like 100 subs per month if you look at it that way. It's
That's
crazy.
sick. Honestly, that's really good. That's really good.
But my point is like Twitch. So the only reason I ever thought to have Twitch was the Shaggy Show. You know what I'm saying? But I could watch that on YouTube, so it didn't make no sense. Well, recently being laid off work and stuff like that, and doing these artist interviews, I finally downloaded Twitch, and yeah, I got like maybe 13 followers over there. And I
Mhm.
don't know what I'm really gonna do with it or not,
So
but
I'm still
yeah,
figuring that out too. So I've
I
started
got.
just with watch parties because that's the easiest, like, because it's kind of tricky, learning how to do all that. So,
What's
uh,
your handle over there, if you don't mind my
at,
asking? I'm gonna
yeah,
write it
please
down.
follow me on Twitch, everybody. At Brigid Bites underscore.
So it's spelled the same, Brigid,
Yep,
or is it okay?
BITES. Brigid. Yep, BITES. And then just an underscore, which I'll eventually get rid of that underscore. It's because I lost access to my old emails, so my first Twitch account
Uh-huh.
that has regular Brigid Bites, I can't get into, but that's okay. I've got it. I'm getting that fixed. So
And you said you do have a YouTube channel, like the account you're on now.
yeah,
You just don't post nothing, or there's a
yeah.
separate one that you did start to.
I just deleted videos. I had some stuff on here, but I deleted it. But yeah, like I do have a YouTube that I'm hoping to utilize, even if it's just to promote my Twitch but I'm also going to learn
Man,
how to multi-stream. So I'm learning how to
yep.
stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So that's like the next step.
So if I paid for StreamYard Plus, I could be doing that right now, but I don't make
Mhm.
money. I'm a
Right.
scrub. I'm and I can't afford to pay that right now,
Man,
but I
fuck
would like to.
StreamYard. While
Like,
we're here, fuck StreamYard for that. Like they're my homies Team MUJ, who I have to shout them out too. They've been huge
yeah,
on my
yeah,
journey. They're getting screwed over by them too. So fuck that shit. But
right.
yeah, big shout out to Team MUJ, by the way. I wanted to say that at some point during this interview.
Oh no,
Those
that's
guys,
cool. There's a couple points that we definitely allow
cool.
shout outs in. You can say
Yeah,
it
yeah.
whenever. This is your stream, lady. Like I just ask questions and I'm along for the ride. So
Fair.
whatever, however.
I just don't want to leave
Um,
anything out, and that was one thing I
no.
definitely wanted to say.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Bobby Blaze today, by the way. That's the
Happy
homie. Got mad
birthday.
love. Like the fact that Bobby Blaze and Jiggy Fresh and Prez, and all those guys believed in me is a big reason why I've been able to do fucking anything. Bobby Blaze was the first person I ever rapped to. Okay. I
Yeah.
fucking Yep, I rapped fucking Branded for him to show it to him and told him that like I was about to like record my first song, and he gave me props. He supported me. He told me that I should do it, and like that just meant so much. And those guys have been playing my music on their stream, and that I never asked them to do that. Like they didn't have to do all that. Like, and
It's all
so
love.
I just appreciate them so fucking much. Always.
That is awesome. All right. Next question. Okay, so you mentioned something about this not like whatever. I'm just gonna ask it, answer it how you want. Is the whole get? I gotta stop trying to break down micro my own questions. Have you played the Gathering or been to the Gathering? And if so, how many times on both parts of the question? So, have you
Yeah,
performed at the Gathering, and obviously, how many gatherings have you attended?
absolutely. I performed at the Gathering a lot of years doing burlesque. And then I entered the Miss Juggalette pageant one time, actually two times. I did Miss Juggalette two times, and then I also performed spoken word poetry one year, and then, like I said, the burlesque. However, I have
Right.
not performed my music at the Gathering yet. That is still a dream. I still look forward to hopefully doing that someday. And then what was the rest?
No, you just answered both
Oh,
of
how
them,
many
really.
gatherings? How many?
Yeah.
How many gatherings? I've been to 20 gatherings now.
Yeah. Are you for real? You've been to like all of them almost?
Well,
Jesus.
2005 till now, I have not missed a year. And every time I count, that brings me to 20. If I'm wrong, I could be wrong. Maybe I
I
suck at
I
counting.
I I envy you. Oh my
Oh, thank
God.
you.
I this year
I
was
feel
my
very
first
I
year.
feel very blessed. I feel very blessed to have been able to go to as many gatherings as I've been to, and part of it is because of my upbringing and shit like that, and then part of it is just because I make it happen. I can't miss it, and so that's part of what drives me is I got to be there.
No, yeah, that's beautiful. Life just sucks sometimes, and it just finally was able to happen for me this year, and it was the best time of my existence,
Yay!
pretty
I'm so
much.
glad.
Yeah, it was crazy. Which one would you say has been your favorite then, if you could pick? I mean, I know that's hard,
Every
but
year I say the same thing, and it was this past year. This past year was so fucking amazing. Like I now the year before that though was also amazing because of certain other things. Like Juggalesque had our own real show last year, like the year before. We had a whole set at an awesome time, and we packed the bomb house tent or whatever it was called that year, like the blast off stage. We packed that fucking tent. That was crazy. That memory will last forever for me. And then
oh yeah.
the 20th annual too, we had a pack tent and we performed for our own set as well. And so that was in 2019. So that was fresh.
Listen,
Um,
take me back. I don't know how what your thought is on the split, and I don't aim to talk about it. I don't talk about it with any artist on here or whatever, but like take me back to like 2000 and I don't know, say 9, 8, like seeing Twisted up there with ICP, that had to be like, even if you don't agree, now you whatever,
I'm glad I
like,
was there to experience that era. I mean, I am glad that
man,
even though it all went down in kind of like stale ways, but like when
right.
it was at its peak, that shit was beautiful. And I actually got to
Listen,
be on stage. I'm sorry, I got to throw this in here. I actually got to dance on stage with ICP and Twisted at the 2008 gathering. They brought girls on stage to dance for Spin the Bottle. And so
oh yes! Oh my
I got to do
God.
that, and that was another hugely awesome memory.
Listen, just if I could go to any time and moment for a gathering, it would be Dark Lotus, and I don't care how many ninjas hate me for saying that shit, but that would be the
At the
era of
time,
time.
I mean, 2005, like the 2005 gathering, my first gathering, imagine like being in a pitch black fucking forest with all these juggalos around you just going, loaded all
Yes!
the
Oh my
night. Like, I mean, I just have
God!
goosebumps, like I will
Oh
never forget
yeah,
that era.
yeah, here,
I'll
baby.
never forget that era. It was beautiful.
Yeah. All right. Enough with that heavy, but yes, that would be beautiful. That's awesome that you've got to go to so many. Was your parents juggalos? Like you just made it happen on your own, huh?
Uh, yeah, like they were not. involved with my life that much. They
Oh,
were
okay.
uh like, how do I explain it? My mom just I lived with my mom. My mom was a single mom pretty much. I was the oldest daughter of a single mom. I pretty much did whatever the fuck I wanted besides when I
Right.
had to babysit my when I had to babysit my siblings, I was home. Um Otherwise nobody really told me what to do. My dad wasn't really around, so like I just did what I wanted. My mom didn't care. She's also sort of like a free spirit, she was
Right.
lax. Like, she was the mom that would, like she was, like, the cool mom or whatever. She pretty much let me do whatever the fuck I wanted, but that also meant that I had to, like, deal with her shit.
Right. I'm trying
That
to
was
think, like, you said 2005 was your first gathering. I would have been like 15. There's no way in hell my mom was letting me. She knew I was listening to it, but there was no way in hell my mom was letting me go see ICP. And she was also a single mother. My father wasn't in that, like, picture. And my
was
mom was also, like, a Christian
oh, see, my mom
Bible.
wasn't. Like she liked my friends too, my Juggalo homies. She trusted my Jug homies that I was going with. Like my best friend Josh at
Yeah.
the time, like we were together every single day. She knew him. Like it wasn't anything weird. It was just like, hey, I'm gonna go do this. I was 17. I was working at the family restaurant. I was a waitress. I fucking paid my own way, and I was
Right.
people that she knew. She didn't give a fuck. It was like I was out of her hair for a little bit too, like we
Right,
my mom
right.
I love my mom, but her and I clashed at the same time, so um but like, hey, EC, what's up, homie? But yeah, that's all in the past. But basically, like, and she was also she loves to talk about being in the Kiss Army. And it always used to piss me off because she would always equate it to her being a Kiss fan, and that used to drive me fucking crazy. I'm like, Mom, it's different. She's like, no,
No.
same thing. I'm like, no, not. But
Man,
she
that's
always,
like today people trying to compare us to fucking Swifties, bro. Get out of here.
hey, I think we're closer to Swifties than fucking
Yeah,
Kiss
kiss.
fans. But
Yeah.
she used to, and she always like kind of like made jokes about it, called it the Juggle Butt picnic and shit. Like it was just never that serious to her. Um,
Yeah.
but like honestly, my real family is with the Juggalos. Like, and
Yeah.
it's always been that way. Like I've always been like I've always been a Juggalo. I feel like since the day of my birth, and when I finally found my Juggalo family, I found where I fit, and I never wanted to leave. I guess I'm just here now. So yeah.
Yeah, forever. That is awesome. My mom would be and still kind of is like the type like she's chillaxed a little and obviously trying to tell me what to do. She let me to be on my own when I was 16, but
Yeah, yeah.
I think she's the type of mom that was like, it's 20 years later, Sean, you're still listening to them? Yeah, they're still fucking making music and shit. I'm listening to them. Like get out of here. So, yeah.
I am lucky that, I had parents in my life that didn't judge me for that necessarily. Or if they did judge, they kept it to themselves.
Right. Um, okay. If you could collaborate with any artist, mainstream or underground, who would it be?
One? All right.
Well, no, no, you can list a few because
Oh,
honestly, if there's like some mainstream artists, I like to hear some of those too, just because, and then
not for
obviously the
me.
underground.
Collab though, like dream collabs, Violent
Yeah.
J. Um, Violent J would probably be a big one. That'd probably be the main one. But ICP, of course, both of them together would be insane, and then Ouija Mac, of course. I've always dreamed of making music with any of those guys. Um, Let me see. Darby O'Trill. I would love to make a song with Darby O'Trill someday.
Shout out Garden Whoop Whoop.
Yeah, fucking Garden on repeat right now, all day. Shout out Darby. Um, Yeah, like I said, it's like it's hard because I haven't focused a whole lot on those, and I have some pretty awesome collabs coming up in the future that I will be dropping very soon. So those I'm excited about. But yeah, in the future, ICP and Ouija Mac is like the main, and maybe some Darby O'Trill action. Those would
What
be my
about
main
one
three.
mainstream artist?
Okay, hold on. I have to think about mainstream artists for a second because I don't really listen to mainstream
You
that
be
much.
bumping NF or I don't know. I
Who?
guess NF
I don't know who that
Jelly
is.
Roll. Oh, you don't know who
No,
NF is? Wow. Uh,
no. I like I said, like I don't know much mainstream shit. Jelly
she's
Roll, no,
strictly for the underground. Fuck you, normies.
I just
No.
like what I just like what I like. I just like what I like. But mainstream, hold on, just give me a second. I can think of one. So and
But
it's kind of hard to say like what's mainstream. Like Waka Flocka Flame would be fucking fresh. Is he mainstream? I would love to fucking listen
yeah,
to him.
yeah. Waka Flocka's mainstream. He's on the
And
radio. If it plays on the radio, it's mainstream.
all right, dead ass then. Yeah. Um, who else would be a cool mainstream collaboration that I really like? Like I would
Like
love to work with like a big main, like a female, like Lady Gaga. Like holy shit, can you imagine? Oh man, that would be a
right.
crazy dream come true.
There's a chick. She's like the like god of hell. I don't know her name. In fucking what is her name? She's got this cool mask. There is a chick out there that's mainstream that does like wicked type rockish music. I can't think of
Oh,
her name. What's his face opened for her, and he just played the Gathering too. What's that? Kim Dracula opened for her. She was just on tour. What was that chick artist? Man, I'm drawing a blank. I'm gonna have to get back to you. I know there's an artist out there that's a female, like she's like Evanescence
mhm.
on like not drugs, like in a good way. I don't know, just
The things that
that
come to
metal
mind are like Motionless in White. Isn't she a female?
emotion, or yeah, or
Is it
motionless.
Motionless in
Yeah,
White?
that might be it. She's man, her voice is something crazy when she belts out and like
Yeah, she's crazy talented. Uh,
in this moment.
oh, that's what it was. That's what I was
That's
thinking of actually in this one.
yeah.
But no, like, dude, and Britney Spears, like, I would fucking die to make a song with Britney Spears. Like,
Oh man, you gonna bring Britney back? I mean, does she still make music?
I don't know
That
if
would
she's
be
making music
cool.
right now, but she like growing up, hit me baby one more time.
Yeah,
The
that
first
whole
single,
album.
yeah, the first single was my first CD, like, and then that actual album was like my first album that I ever bought. And like I love her. I followed her career, and same with Christina Aguilera. Both of
Oh
them. I loved
man.
them so much growing up, and the X Tina era, like oh fuck. Like, but see those artists, like that's never a pot. Like, I mean, I shouldn't limit my beliefs, but I don't think about that because that doesn't seem like possible. But man, like,
Why
can you
not?
imagine
I mean,
Brigid Bites and Britney Spears together? Like, that shit would
ooh, yeah. Triple B or I don't know, come up with some kind
Mhm.
of play on words. That would be the shit though. Like maybe we can
Brigid
bring
Bites.
Brittany back. Juggalos are gonna hate on her at first, maybe a
No,
minute, but
they
if you're
won't.
with her, then
No, I
they
feel like
might
she
give
is
her
a juggalo. You know, after all she
right.
went through,
All the
like,
drama, like not drama, but yeah, drama
yeah,
and
she is, man.
trauma.
She doesn't give a fuck now. She's like, fuck y'all.
Right.
I'm getting mad and this shit. She would fucking kill the gathering right now.
Yeah, man.
I
And
love
next
her.
year's the Gathering of the Legends. Who knows? Maybe the clowns got her
Who
coming.
knows? Who knows?
All right. So I asked this question. Obviously, going to 20 gatherings, I'm sure the answer is definitely yes. But if you want to mention a few, or I try to use, so my answer for this question is Polly Shore. Have you ever met somebody famous to you. So if it's just artists, mention some artists. If it's somebody outside of the music realm, you know, go for that one.
Yeah,
Or
I've met ICP in the autograph line, if that counts.
yeah, hell
And
yeah, I waited in
yeah,
that.
hell yeah, a couple times. I've met ICP a few times. Um, I've met Lee G Mac. I've met famous to me, like, oh, Tom Green. I met Tom Green. I got a photo with him at the gathering once. He's pretty famous. And
Dope.
you mentioned Pauly Shore. That's kind of like the same vibe. He was
Mm-hmm.
really inebriated. Like it was after his show, he performed at the gathering and he was like mad fucked up. But he was so funny and cool and chill. Um, who else have I met that's like famous? I feel like that might be it. I don't know.
That's cool.
I don't
I
know.
mean,
I don't know if I've met a lot
some
of
people
like.
come up here and they haven't met nobody famous. I mean, or
Mhm.
outside of like musically, or if they're an artist, they went or whatever, and that's cool.
I met Recognize once backstage. I did like I was a hype girl for a local rapper in Denver once, and she opened for
Yeah,
Recognize, and so I met those guys. That was cool. I've met Tech Nine, Chris Calico, like
Nina.
yeah, like Lil White and Cut Calhoun, and all those guys. Back in the day, we used to like put on shows. Like my crew of homies and I would put on shows, and so artists like Cut Calhoun and Lil White and stuff were like artists that they could afford to put on and shit. So I met a lot of those guys. I've met a lot of underground Juggalo artists, Jump Steady, and let's see. It's just hard. I've been to a lot of
You,
gatherings and I forget sometimes who all
no,
I've
that's
met.
listen. In full disclosure, if you're one of the famous people that she met and somehow you're watching this, she didn't mean to forget you. If she
I
forgot your
didn't. She
name,
really
this
didn't.
woman does it all. Okay, she's seen some things. No, that's cool. I would like to meet Tech Nine at least once. That'd be cool. This year I got the Star Scenic Armageddon, so I got to meet the clowns, get signatures.
Sick.
I've got VIP with Ouija last year, and that's when we got that there picture. I don't know if it's showing right or clear, whatever, but. Uh, yeah, so that's dope. Nobody's lesser or more. If I try to like pick your guys' brains, and if
Oh,
it's
I met
somebody other than an artist or
Yeah,
whatever,
I
then
met it's mostly gonna be musical artists for me. I met Kasky, in 2014, that was cool. He blew up way after that, though, like, I feel like he was still underground when I met him.
no
And I've
kidding.
met
So
Dillon,
that's a moment to hold though. Like you actually met him, and then that name's a big name. He's like
Kasky,
everywhere.
yeah.
People.
I have a I have a picture with him, me and him in 2014, we look like straight up babies. He has, like, no tattoos. I was, like, looking hella, like, young, no makeup at the gathering, It was cool, it was a good experience. He had performed, and I was a big fan at the time, and so I made sure he said he was doing signings, so I just made sure to go over there and get a picture with him. And then,
Right.
yeah, he ended up blowing up, and I love to see it.
Hell yeah. Whoop whoop, Bradley. Thanks for coming in. I just want to
Hi,
shout out
Bradley.
everybody coming in and stuff. We've
Hi,
had a
thank
good
you
little
guys.
crowd the whole time, and a couple fluxing coming and going, 8, 9, 12, whatever. The number don't even matter, but I just want to say thank you. Really, this has been a great stream. Bridget has given us some great answers. I hope you guys are enjoying yourself, and we're getting down. We're on the first page. We still got some questions, and again, whatever time frame, don't let me keep you too long. We just, I like organic interviews, and if it just flows, it flows, and just I'm having a good time.
Yeah, let me explain
But
your question, actually.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So everybody, while she's doing that, what I was gonna say is we got two questions on this first page, and then we get to that next page where I normally ask you guys if you have any questions for her that we have not got to yet.
Usually
then
try
put
to throw it
them
out the
down.
window, but it all just came right back
Uh,
in today. Oh well.
uh, you're fine. If you guys have any questions for her, you'll put them down in the comment. If it's something we missed or you just haven't thought about putting in the chat yet or whatever, you can go ahead and do that, and I will ask her some of those or whatever, of course. But I was just telling
You're
him
doing great,
I got
honey.
2 questions on this first page, and then I got the next page of questions. But then in my interviews, at that point, I usually try asking the chat, like, did y'all have any different questions or whatever, and so on and so
Yeah,
forth. So that's just what I
I'm
was
here.
doing. So the next question I have for you, though, is what is your favorite color?
Mm. It's hard when people ask me this question. I don't know what to say. I love all colors, really.
Okay, what do
I
you wear most?
I wear black the most. Black and white are big favorites of mine. It's easier for me to tell you what colors I don't really vibe with. Can I tell you that?
Yeah,
Okay, some colors that are not my favorite: tan, beige, gray, um, like burgundy sometimes. Sometimes I fuck with it. Like my coat is kind of burgundy. I don't mind it, but sometimes I don't like it. Navy
I
blue is not my favorite. Forest green is not my favorite. Um, and
feel it.
really like muted, boring tones are not my favorite.
Okay, what color complements your color palette most? When you get it all dressed up, like what complements your skin tone? Like me, I don't wear it a lot because I don't hate the color, but I just don't feel like I don't care for it as much as like my favorite color is red, firstly. But what colors actually complement me well is like yellow, brown, and greens, but
Hmm.
I, I don't necessarily wear them that often, but
I
they
try to
do.
just avoid clothes that wash me out because I have like a pale complexion. So colors
Right,
like light pink, beige again, anything that sort of is like the same tone as my
right.
skin, I try to avoid. Like if it's got a good contrast, I think it looks better. Even like I can wear white, like bright white, like I have like a white, like I can wear this color, okay, but if it's like a what do
Like
I
my
say, off
shirt
white?
white,
Like yeah,
or
I can wear white, but I can't wear off white. If I wear off white, I
yeah.
will look dead.
Just I feel it.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. What is your favorite domesticated and your favorite wild type animal?
Mm, domesticated rabbits for sure. Um, I love my bunnies. Um, wild. I'm such an animal lover. I'm vegan, like I love animals. I guess the ones I interact with would be the crows most. I
Ooh.
yeah, I have crows outside, and like birds, owls, a lot of stuff like that. But the crows in my neighborhood are my homies. I have to wear all black for work, and I also dress in black a lot. So I think that they like recognize me, and I talk to them,
Yeah.
like I'll wave at them, I caw at them, and I work close to my where I live. So it's funny. Sometimes they'll follow me when I get into my car. They'll follow me
Right
over to
to
my
home.
work. Like I think it might still be their territory. So like,
Right.
yeah. I'm a big fan of my crows, but I love all animals. Animals are the best. I think animals are better than people. I
Fun
want
fact
all
that
the
I'm
animals to be free.
Fun fact that I'm sure you know, crows can identify humans and they will remember you for the rest of their life if they make that connection with you, like a legitimate connection somehow. I'm not saying you have to have it recognized like this. Maybe you have a
Mhm.
connection with them. I don't know, but that is a true thing. Like crows can remember a person forever
Oh,
or
and they're
whatever.
funny. Yeah, they can. They'll remember you. They can tell their friends that you're a good person or a bad person. Like
Right.
if you were mean to a crow, he can go back and tell his crow homies that you were a dick, and they can
And
like
they're
gossip
gonna be
on you
shitting
and shit
on
on you. Mhm.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I respect the fuck out of the crows, man, and I really do think that the ones outside my apartment complex are my friends. So
Listen,
shout out the
I,
crows.
I, I, however, am not vegan. I respect it. I got a lot of homies that are, and I know Ouija is and whatnot, but I still gotta do my consumption there. But outside of that, and it's funny because this is an argument for vegans, and I'm gonna lay it out against myself. Cows,
Oh,
I am, because my homie Shay, like I've known this man 14 years now, and he's vegan and he's giving me the same spill. But I also remember when he ate a steak and a cheeseburger too, so don't get it
mhm,
twisted. But
mhm. Right, I
like
wasn't raised vegan.
no,
I
right.
yeah.
So you can continue. I was just gonna say cows are not a real animal; they are fake.
Mhm.
If you really think about it, they were created and manipulated to be what they are for us to pretty much slaughter. They're not even really remotely close to an ox or whatever they would really
They've been
be.
domesticated, by humans for a long time. The difference is we used to live closely with them. We used to live the like, every family had a cow. They were like the pet.
Right.
They were like your dog. They were like a part of the family, and it's changed a lot since those times, it's not like that anymore.
Right, but then my point was going to say, outside of like I do still eat some meat. I'm with you. I love nature. I love
Mhm.
animals. If you see anything about me, ask anybody that knows me. Like I'm more at peace when I'm sitting by a lake or out hiking in the woods than
I
if I
feel
am in a
that.
crowd of people. Unless it is in, say I'm just being biased or I'm just saying it to say it. Unless it's a crowd of juggalos or even like
Yeah,
hippies, because I attend
yeah,
hippie events and I really get down, like
same,
I'd assume just stay the hell away from me, you know what I'm saying? So I
same.
feel it. Love
I like
all
nature.
animals.
I like being, like, away from people too, so I definitely feel that.
Right. And my favorite animals, I would say, would be dogs or domesticated pit bulls specifically. But again, I love all animals. And then if I had to pick a wild type, I would pick a white tiger.
Oh, that's tight. Yeah. Yeah, that's a
Okay.
good choice.
Right on.
They're
So we got
beautiful.
we actually had some people put some questions up here. That's my
Cool.
first page, where we'll get to the next page, and I'll try to get you out of here without taking too much more of your time. Again, thank you very much.
Of course.
Um,
I'm just gonna hit this one more time real quick.
yeah, you're good. Let's see here. Um, gotta find them. My favorite colors. I swear somebody in the chat at okay, here's one. What was your favorite cartoon as a kid?
Oh, I love this question because I loved cartoons so much. I used to get in trouble for watching too many cartoons.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, okay. Um, so when I was a kid though, Rugrats was my shit. Real Monsters. Um, let's see. Um, Doug, Powerpuff Girls. Powerpuff Girls came about when I was like more of a teenager, but still, I used to like, I used to get lectured because I was like a teenager still watching cartoons. I don't know if anybody else had that experience. But yeah, I used to get fucking
I know you had to
not
max out on some rocket power, right?
Rocket Power was cool. Again, that was like
Uh,
when I was a teenager. Like I liked Rocket
right.
Power when I was in high school. But as a kid, I really fucking loved Rugrats. I was obsessed with
Wait a
Rugrats.
minute. You can continue this question, but how old are you?
117.
you're not supposed to ask a lady her age, but I'm trying to use it as reference. Am I like older than you? Because you're saying you were in
We're about you and I are
you
about the same age, it seems. I think you're a little younger, you're a little older. I don't remember exactly, but you were a couple years off from me, but yeah, we're about the
okay?
same age.
I'm 32.
Oh,
I
okay.
swore
You're a few
rocket
years.
power
Yeah,
was
you're a
when
couple
I
years.
was a.
You're actually a couple years younger than me.
Oh, okay. I got you. That might make sense. Okay, you can continue on with
But
favorite cartoons. I was just
I
like,
did like Rocket Power, but that was more like what my younger sister. My sister was really like into Rocket Power. Um,
right. I got you.
yeah, but like fucking I was just a big fan of cuz like well at my mom's though like we didn't have cable. We just had
Right.
like Fox or whatever was on those like basic channels. And so I got real into Doug um and all of those kind of like that played on
Oh,
Fox.
Patty
Recess?
mayonnaise.
Yeah, you remember Recess?
Recess was the shit.
Yeah, I used to really like that show. Oh, Ed, Ed and Eddie. I was like down with that one.
Yeah.
Hella. Um, yeah, I love that Ed and Eddie. Johnny Bravo, that whole Cartoon Network era. Once we finally did get cable when I was older, I was obsessed with Cartoon Network. Um, Dexter's Lab. Um, and like I already said Powerpuff Girls, but they were huge to me. I used to
Which
like watch the new ones every time they came out.
which one did you pretend to be?
Oh, I was always Blossom. And I like Blossom, she's the leader, she's got red hair. She like her personality is similar to mine. I was always Blossom.
I'm
Um
just saying, Mojo Jojo was a pimp.
oh yeah, that was so me and my brother and sister, we would like watch the show and quote it and like it's so hard, like it's so quotable. Like my brother did the best Mojo Jojo impression ever.
Yeah.
And yeah, like the fucking villains in that show are so funny and so good and so creative. Like I always love a show with good villains. What else did I watch as a
Right.
kid though? Like Our Real Monsters was one of my favorites. I know I already mentioned that, but I'd like to like re-mention that because the animation is similar to Rugrats. I Doug was on Nickelodeon. Yeah, I watched Doug on Fox though. But anyways, the animation for Rugrats and Ah Real Monsters is like almost identical. I don't know if they're the
Yeah.
same creators, but I loved both of those shows.
Heck yeah. That's awesome. All right. Being in the underground scene, being that it is so big, how do you try to separate yourself from other artists? Or what's your like plan
Mm.
with that? Or do you even
I just try to be as authentic as I can. The thing is, as I always stick out no matter what. Since I was a kid, I've stuck out. I've never just been but with my hair, my personality, with my features, like I just stick out like a sore thumb everywhere I go. And so my for me to be different is not that hard for me. I have to just be authentic. I just have to try to be as much myself as I possibly can, and that's kind of my goal. I also learned along the line that when you are your authentic self, it helps give other people the permission to be their authentic selves. And you can also attract
Yes.
like-minded souls that way. And so that's kind of my goal, is just expressing myself in my full authenticity to try to either you know hopefully people vibe with it, like, and then also I'm expressing myself, so that's just kind of it.
No, yeah, that's a good enough. Sounds like the right plan to have. I wouldn't know. I'm not an artist, but it
Well,
applies no
everyone's
matter.
everyone's an
Right.
artist.
It's where you apply it in your life.
Right.
So I can say the same thing. Stay to my true self doing these interviews. I've only got a few under my belt. And like I genuinely hope to catch feedback from you guys on like how
Exactly.
I'm doing and who I am as a person and what my name is getting known as in the community. Like, It's one thing
Mhm.
for one
And
homie
you
to
doing
say, I,
sorry, you doing this is gonna help you meet people that, you vibe with, and that's kind of my whole thing too, is like, ever since I started doing music, I've met people that, are on my same wavelength, I guess you could say, and I really needed that in my life. That was something that was missing, and so it's true, like, the more you are yourself and you put yourself out there and you do the things that you really wanna do, it's like you can attract the people that are meant to be in your life and that are actually gonna be there for you for real, like, not some fake
right,
ass motherfuckers.
right. Now that I get it, that's awesome. So the next question you kind of touched on a little bit, so you ain't got to like really elaborate if you don't want, or you can elaborate as much as you want. What music did your parents listen to, and do you think that has like affected how you do music or had any kind of inspiration there, or no,
I mean,
or
yes and no. My dad was a huge fan of, Queen. He was like a big, big Queen fan, Freddie Mercury. So I listened to a lot of Queen when I was with him and classic rock. I got into Bob Marley, not because he liked Bob Marley, but because he listened to the classic rock channel. And I always liked
right,
all of the Bob Marley songs that would come on there. And so I got into Bob Marley because of him, technically. I also love Queen to this day. Freddie Mercury is amazing. My mom was a big fan of Kiss, but she also, she was a song liker. You know what I mean? She was like, she never got into like real big into like artists. She was more certain songs that she would play over and over. And so yeah, couple of those um would be like, I'm trying to think. My mom loved Bon Jovi, I will say that. She used to play a lot of Bon Jovi, um, and she, like, did her hair like him. Like, she was, like, all about Bon Jovi, so a lot of his stuff, and like, I'm trying to think. She used to listen to that, give me the people as to free my soul. I wanna get lost and
oh
rock and
yeah,
roll and drift
and
away.
drift away,
She used to bump that
yeah.
one a lot. Yeah, she used to like, that Jesus song. What was that Jesus song? But it was like fire. It was like, what was it?
I can't even think now. Uh,
Anyways, there was this track that was like, it was basically a Jesus track, but it was like also like a mainstream,
like
song.
upbeat, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Man in the Sky. It was like the Man in the Sky, something like that. God, why can't I think of
Okay.
it? She used to listen to that one a lot. I don't know. I feel like I'm going off track here,
No,
but
no, no, no.
yeah, like
It's all relevant.
my parents didn't really have music taste like me though, Like I
And
kind
that's
of
why
I kind of
that's
obsess
why I
over
asked
music.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I obsess over music, and when they talk about things that are different about me, my love of music is definitely something that they talk about.
They're like, wait, you came out of left field with your taste, dude. Yeah.
Well,
No.
and just me being out with my headphones, like, the second I got a pair of headphones, when I was, like, 10, like, I've pretty much worn them nonstop ever since, just
Right.
obsessed with music.
All right. No, that's fair. Do you have any siblings and do they support your music?
I don't even think my siblings know that I make music. I have a younger brother and a younger sister. Um, we're not, like, tight like that, but we all live sort of close by, and we keep in touch. The thing is like, we had to spend a lot of time together growing up. Like, we were always together because I always had to babysit. And so
Right.
now it's like we give each other space. So it's not that it's that we don't have love or whatever. We still keep in touch on, Snapchat. I'll send pictures and videos of my kid to them, and we keep in touch and send inside jokes and stuff back and forth, like, Powerpuff
Right.
Girls, Mojo Jojo memes and shit. Like, SpongeBob. We used to fucking get down on some SpongeBob, especially like those first couple seasons. So yeah,
Right.
like, I love my siblings.
Well, I just asked a question. I had one artist come up here and he said, my siblings support me where it counts. And I thought that was going to be a positive, right? And I'm like, oh. And he goes, so if I get acknowledgement from Ouija Mac or ICP or somebody on a social media or something, they'll be like, bro, I saw that,
Oh, that's cool.
dap
Yeah.
out. But they
My
ain't
sister,
bumping his music.
right. That's kind of like
They laughed it off.
my sister isn't down with Juggalo shit, but she got a cat and she worked at a vet clinic and a cat came in named Ouija Mac, and so she sent me a picture of like he's like, hey, this made me think of you kind of thing, and
Right.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
So yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, yeah. Uh, okay, if you met the younger version of yourself, say 11 or 12 years old, what would you say to yourself, if anything, and why?
So 11 or 12, specifically that age, shit.
Well,
Never.
the
You know
reason
what?
I
This is what I want to say. Um, Never give up power over your own self-esteem. That's what I would tell my 12-year-old self. Is
and that,
your self-esteem comes from you and your heart and nothing else, nobody else, no one else can shake or rock it. You know what I mean? I would tell myself to believe in myself and to never question my worthiness or value in this world.
listen, that's a crucial age, folks, in your life, typically 12 to 13 years old. Not to mention what you may have already went through. I don't know. Everybody has their own stories. Sometimes people have already been going through trauma and,
Right.
crazy stuff. Some people have started setting goals in their life. And ultimately, the one fact is 12 or 13, you were getting ready, if not already going through puberty. And, that's a real, so that's why I try to pick that age, because there's a lot going on right there in that very moment. That's when you're starting to really find yourself, if, in a normal sense. And,
I hadn't gone through my darkest time teenage time yet when I was 12. There was
right.
certain things that hadn't popped off yet in my life that hadn't happened yet, but like I was still very vulnerable. I was very impressionable and I was sensitive.
Exactly.
I was very
Yeah.
sensitive and I didn't like people around me didn't give a fuck that I was sensitive. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, "Oh, let's cater to your sensitivities." It was the
Mm,
complete fucking opposite, you know? And
right.
it was like I had to navigate through that girlhood moment, And I but seriously, you need to teach young girls self-esteem first and foremost, in my opinion. Like your self-esteem is so important to because if you don't have high self-esteem, you're going to put yourself into positions that you don't want to fucking be in. You're going to find
Right.
yourself around people who you don't want to be around, who are going to take advantage of your low self-esteem and who are going to make you a target because you have low self-image, and you can't have that. You have to be strong in your self-worth and in your self-esteem, and that's what I would tell
Ab-
her.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, would you say your skill has came natural, or have you had to learn and practice? Some people, they say, are born with a natural talent, and some people actually have to, like, practice and learn, and then they are equally as good as that person that just wakes up and does it or whatever.
I think the secret is that nobody just wakes up and does it. Everything takes work and practice. It's about what's worth the work and practice to you, and
Right.
what you're willing to put in that stress, effort, and those difficult moments. Because everything that you really try to do is going to be difficult if it's worth something. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, like Sorry, can you repeat the question so I can answer it properly?
No, just did the skill come natural or did you have
Oh,
to learn and practice?
right. Like I think some things come more naturally to people than others, and I would say the same for me. Music wise, uh,
Is
I
there a
feel like
certain part of making music? Go ahead, sorry.
the writing and the poems come pretty naturally. That part, like
Right.
the writing comes easily. And I just started, but so far everything's come pretty easily. The hard part about it is the distributing, the following the rules, making sure everything is
Right.
right and perfect and like shit doesn't get fucked up and stuff releases on time. Those are the hard things. The creation and like when I think about Juggalesque and being on stage and those acts, I think back to my cheerleading. You know, I did a lot of cheerleading in high school and dance. I started, dance classes young and kept up with it pretty much the whole time. And so, me working hard in those days on dance and cheerleading really helped me to succeed in burlesque, I guess. And so,
Yeah.
and also in making music, I breath control came from cheerleading and having the stamina and endurance to do a full, 5 minute routine or dance act. It takes a lot, and so I think it's both learned and a little bit of natural.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. So the next question, I'm just gonna read it. And we're getting close to the end, so I'm sure you're probably getting a little antsy. If you need to get a drink, check on your kid, whatever, whatever. Say I'm
Yeah,
done with looking at your ugly face, and
it's
we
not
shut
that.
it off.
No, no problem. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
But we're getting close to the end. I got like one or two direct questions, and then I got like these rapid questions that go by quick. It's just like the either or game, so you'll choose one or the other, and that's that. And then we'll get wrapped up and get you out of here. So thank you. This next question, I don't know how you want to answer it. You may just however. The question is who or who or what inspired came up with your name or logo. So if you have
Sure.
do you have a logo that is like noticeable no matter what it would be put on, we can tell yes that's Brigid Bites or no, or you just have your name and
Not
some
yet. I
cool
don't have a
writing or
I don't have a logo yet. I've been working towards finding an artist that I want to work with and or drawing one myself. But yeah, so no logo yet. The name K was so Brigid Bites came about. I was doing spoken word poetry under another surname, I think Honeycomb, but that turned out to be just too generic. It was like too there was too many people doing that same type of stick, and I didn't want to just like spell
right.
it weird or whatever. So I was like, all right, I need to come up with something else for Juggalesque because I had this idea for this burlesque troupe, and every burlesque artist has a cool ass name like that, and I was really focused on doing burlesque and doing it right. And so when I was coming up with my name, Brigid, um, is well, not only did it remind me of I want my shit, a fat bitch named Bridget. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
One rusty ass.
yeah, so there's also a story of and like a well-known deity, a goddess in Ireland named Brigid, and her lore connects with me, and my story. So and the more I learned about Brigid, the goddess slash saint, so she was a pagan goddess who was so well beloved in the state in Ireland, basically, that when Christianity took over, they couldn't get rid of Brigid. And so they turned her into a saint. And so now she's considered Saint Brigid. So
Oh wow.
yeah, I love that. And she actually, one of her her story is cool as fuck. So she was an over generous giver. This is her story. Like she was born into like a rich family, but she would always get in trouble for giving her father's possessions and money away. And then like they were trying to get her to marry, and she didn't want to get married, and she stabbed out one of her own eyes to make it so that she was no longer
Appealing.
appealing. Yep. And yeah, like her lore is wild. Yeah. So I got really into the Brigid shit, and so that was perfect for me. I was like, Brigid, I want to hold it down for Brigid. And then Bites, it was like, to me, it was just went so perfectly with the vibe I was trying to give with this sort of character I was building around myself. And yeah, and I thought it was cute. It was sexy, for Juggalesque. It has like a little bit of like a slutty innuendo to it. So I love that. Yeah, it just seemed perfect.
It's
And
tight.
I love BB. Like, Betty Boop. Like all these hella cool ass names start with BB. So I also liked that about it.
That's dope. All right. So, yeah. We're gonna go ahead and jump into these either or questions. So I'm just gonna list one or well, two or three options typically, and you just pick one of those. You don't get to choose something alternative. You have to pick out of these.
Okay.
All right. Twix or Reese's?
Reese's, because they have a vegan version and they're fire.
Oh yeah, I'm not thinking about vegan. I need
They
to
do have
consider that.
They have plant-based Reese's now, and they're really fucking good.
Okay. Summer or winter?
Ah, that's hard. Summer.
Day or night?
Night.
Truck or car?
Truck or car? Car.
Okay, so this next one, you're my first female artist, so I gotta kind of reword it. Either, I mean, women can initiate it, so you're taking your old man, your sweetheart out on a date, or he's taking you out on a date, and you get only these two options: movie night or roller skating.
Like going to see a movie at the movie theater?
Yeah.
Or going roller skating?
Yes.
Movie.
Okay. Pizza or pasta?
Pizza.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The next two is what are you more active on for your fans? Facebook or Instagram?
Instagram. I don't have Facebook.
Um,
So Instagram and Twitter.
I was just about to say TikTok or Twitter or X.
X.
All right. Pepsi or Coca-Cola?
Ugh. Neither.
Yeah.
Water.
Okay. What's your?
I legit don't drink either.
No, I throw in an alternative on purpose because we're jugs. So, what's your favorite Fago?
60/40.
All right. Pie or cake?
Cake.
Okay, you have to take a 3 mile walk in the rain, or you have to make a 5 mile walk in the desert, provided water in a few shade spots.
No. 3 in the rain. 3 in the rain. My stuff is not going anywhere near the desert. Okay, no. I'll take the rain.
Mexican food or Chinese?
Mexican.
Surfing or skateboarding?
Surfing. Well, no, wait, no, I'm sorry. I got that confused in my brain with snowboarding. So surfing, I've never been surfing in my life. So skateboarding, I've done that before.
All right. Would you rather snowboard?
Yeah, I think that's more fun.
Okay. All right, the next question is you're given 5K in cash, but you have to pick one store and you have to spend it immediately. Where are you going?
Like a brick and mortar store, or
It,
does it matter
it,
if it's online?
it does not matter whichever store, but you gotta like I'm not giving you the money, I'm paying for it. Rather, it's at the register or in the cart at the final checkout. You get one store only, and you're spending 5K.
All right, hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm very particular with my money, so you're gonna have to give me a minute.
You're all right.
5,000.
Uh,
Yeah. Like big BB sweets. I'm all about my money. So but just like fun spending, you mean? Just like because like my brain
you
wants to
listen.
do like
That's you're the
carnival.
artist. You get to either make it fun
I just want to do
spending,
like the sensible
personal
shit.
spending. It can be your,
Cause like
building your
I would be like, you're
business.
giving me 5K, I'm gonna give it to my landlord and like not have to pay rent for a little bit. The
I mean,
landlord score.
yeah, that could be because that allows you to make more money than if you save it right then correctly and spend it.
Yeah, I could
It's
learn how to stream.
all
I could learn how to stream. I could quit my job, for a little bit, and or
a
at least
few
not have a job
years
for a
or
couple
something.
weeks. All those
Yeah,
years though, I mean, it would pay my rent for a few
maybe.
months though, and I could learn how to do some shit and maybe make myself some more money. Anything that I could invest it. I'm like, man, I could take that 5K and invest it and possibly get some money back, or I could gamble it. No, I don't
So
know.
some of
There's
the
too many
artists
options.
have mainly said like a music store, a guitar store. I think it was Will Gates or Acetone that said, "Bro, I could take 5 grand and go to Walmart and get set up musically to have
Right, you could.
basics."
You
And
really could. And, like, the thing
so
is, as a mom is, like, I always think about all that stuff first. So
yeah,
you
no,
say
that's
5K, all that shit comes to mind before, like, music stuff, because like, you can do a lot with a little when it comes to music. I would probably spend that money, though, on, like, self-care, like, sometimes that's stuff that you don't as a mom wanna spend money on is, like, getting your hair done, getting your, like,
yeah,
beauty
build
stuff, a
that
beauty
self
supply.
esteem.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can get that from other places, but, it would be cool to take, like, 5K into, an Ulta or Sephora or, some kinda girly place like that and just like ball out, that would be fun.
Yeah, I want it. You're the first female artist. I kind of thought there might be a different answer there too. That's kind of cool. I'm with it. Honestly, I
Now
asked
go, girl.
myself. I would probably, get better recording equipment myself because I'm working with a mobile phone, tripod. I got a little ring light that I use when I need it and
Yeah.
whatnot. So yeah, I'd probably just get a better setup myself,
Hell yeah.
computer,
That's
whatnot.
what's up.
Yeah. All right, I got three fill in the blank questions, and then you can get out of here. um, my favorite vacation was blank.
My favorite vacation.
So that can be as a kid, that can be as an adult. If you can't even really think of like a legitimate vacation setting type, it can just be like your favorite like I don't know, theme park or something you went
Yeah,
to or I mean
yeah, you
obviously you said
can
you
do
went to the
that.
Gathering 20 times. My favorite vacation would be the Gathering 20 years in a row.
That's pretty legit. I'm not like I'm not one of those people that can go on vacation all the time, by any
Right.
means. But I've been to a couple Juggalo days though. I went to the Juggalo weekend in Florida. I did the Juggalo weekend in New Orleans. Those were
Man.
amazing. Those were amazing times. But I
Yeah.
still say the gathering kind of beats that. That's my
Yeah. There's
favorite.
nothing
Some
like
people,
it.
yeah, some people really like Juggalo Day or Juggalo Weekend better, but I love the gathering.
Have you, and this is random, but have you ever done the Tom Wood float?
No, not yet. I would like to do that maybe someday. It's just kind of too close to
It's
the I've never even been to Hallowicked
yeah,
because it's too close to the
yeah. There's
gathering. I
like
can't afford
no
it.
money,
I
right?
can't afford it. I try, and like I've even done like the math to try to figure it out. It's just not very smart. I'm trying to be smarter with my money and stuff. If I ever had the chance to go down there and they like somebody paid for my flight, I'd be all about it.
Right, right. The bicycle I had most as a kid was, I don't know.
My bike was a purple Huffy. It was
Yes,
purple and black Huffy.
I had my first 20-inch bicycle was a Huffy Power and it was red. So that
Okay.
is so ironic. But the bike I actually remember having the most was probably a Next GT or like a Mongoose. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah, no, that Huffy like was my shit. Like I fucking rode that thing all over the place while I had it. So yeah, I'll never forget that.
Yeah. Childhood memory, and that's why I put it on
Yep,
there. All right.
yep.
The best part about the beach is
The beach.
that can be freshwater or saltwater. It doesn't matter. Just what's one thing about the beach if you've been
That
or
would be like the
obviously
peace. If there's as long as there's nobody else out there, the best thing for me would be the peace. But whether it be a fresh one, a fresh beach, or an ocean,
salt. Yeah.
well, yeah, like just the peace, and the quiet, and like the serenity. I guess that would be my favorite part.
Yeah. Being in touch with nature and oh yeah.
Mhm.
I love
Yep,
it.
it's a vibe.
Um Brigid, you have been freaking incredible. It took a minute to get this lined up. I know you obviously have a family, and I implore you for that. You're a mom and you're a dope ass juggalo. Everybody
Oh,
in our community knows and loves you, and I really hope you do pursue this music. I'm gonna
thank
push
you so
your
much.
name out as much as I can, and hopefully I can have you come back as a guest again later on down the road. If you have any last minute shout outs you want to get out or anything you want to say just to wrap up, this is your moment. After this, I'm going to be sure to get your links, whatever links that you really want to push out there, socials and Spotify, whatever, and they'll be put in the description of this video so people can find you. And yeah, I just want to say thank you so very much.
Of course, and first of all, thank you for bringing me on. This has been dope, and really appreciate you doing this and bringing some dope guests on here, and just giving us an opportunity to chat, and hopefully maybe some people get to know us and stuff like that. So thank you. Yeah, and as far as like, what was the other question? Sorry.
Just if you have any shout outs, like
Oh
I'll
yeah,
give one.
shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to all the homies and like Team MUJ, of course, and
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You mentioned it earlier.
I
Y'all,
did.
Team MUJ is coming on
Make sure
tonight at
if you're
what
not,
time? 9 o'clock
are they
Central, 10
going?
o'clock Eastern, or I thought it was tonight, right? I could be wrong. No, it's, yeah, right?
I'll have to double check that. But yeah, if you're not already following Team MUJ on YouTube, go over there, follow those guys. Um,
Check them out. Yeah.
yeah, shout out to like the Train of Terror tour and everybody that was on that tour and killed it again. And yeah, that takes a lot
Drop
of
her
work.
link in chat if
Mhm.
possible. Ninja with a pencil. I don't have it right there to copy and paste. Just check the description of this video, homie. Give me 30 minutes after it's uploaded and I'll have her links. If not, she said she's on Twitter. You could probably look her up or
Mhm.
just
A ninja with a
Spotify.
pencil. I think you're on my Instagram. Yeah, and it's the same. My at is Brigid Bites pretty much everywhere. On Twitch there is an underscore, but I'm sure you can still find me. Um, but yeah, I'm sorry. I'm getting
You have,
off track. I just keep getting off track. I'm so sorry.
no, no,
Um,
no, you're fine.
Shout outs though. Yeah, like just shout out to everybody who held it down on the Train of Terror tour and how went to Hallowicked. I'm loving everybody's posts. I miss everybody so much. Jolly Jam is coming up. So that's like a private little event that Team MUJ is hosting that I'm really hoping to be at, and so I'm excited for that. Shout out to Will
Yeah.
Gates, Jigsaw.
Will Gates,
Um,
Pastor Gates, baby.
yeah, go bump my new song, Daughter of the Wicked Shit 2, produced by Jigsaw, mixed and mastered by Will Gates. It's a really dope song, and I'm really proud of it. And shout out Illegal, and Alejo, my friends. Shout out Sagan Umo. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, he's been fucking killing some shit lately, and yeah, hoping to work with him in the future. And shout out to Humble Among and Emily and all the people that
Yes.
hold it down on YouTube, and the people helping me with my Twitch too. Retro, Mike Cole, Acetone has been around helping me out with that shit, and shout out Frankie Goldie. Shout out to like basically all of my friends on all of my social Instagrams that I keep in touch with. I love you guys, my family, Taffy, Whoop, Nick Bazaar, Jane Doe. Like
Yeah.
I'm just trying to like throw everybody
Whoop
out there.
Conda. I throw that one out there, baby.
I forgot
Gotta
about
love
Whoop.
Whoop.
I love you guys. Seriously, this drug life is everything to me. I appreciate your support always, and thank you for caring, and thank you for bringing me on, and just giving a fuck.
Yes.
I love y'all.
It's been great. We love you too, and I'm sure they are gonna express it. I hope you gain a bunch of new subscribers, maybe even from this, and
I hope so.
followers
Yeah,
and listeners and
I'm
stuff.
here,
And
not here for the
yeah,
numbers, but here for the homies.
yeah. All right, hun. Well, it's been a blast. We're gonna go ahead and end this stream though, and you
Cool.
have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. Much love. Peace
Yep.
out.
Whoop whoop.
Whoa, whoa. Much love, y'all.
Yep.